We are live. We are back.
Woo!
Back. Week hiatus from the show, but we are back today for some more fun and excitement and shenanigans and bullshit and skullduggery and all kinds of other words like that. Because that's what we're here for. And all right, we got some cool air in here now. I can turn the fan down a bit. Yeah. So JB, how
What?
you doing?
I'm here. I'm alive. I'm like ready to smash shit. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm taking the gloves off today. I'm gonna slap some people in the face.
You are going to actually turn yourself into a keyboard warrior today.
I'm gonna turn myself into a keyboard warrior today. Swing the digital sword.
Nice. And you're also putting the fun in funeral today, which
That's
I like. I like that. Mr. Brown, Mr. RC Recreation.
What's going
Welcome
on?
to the show, folks. Oh, man. So right before the show started here, JB and I were talking about, watching other live shows. And, throughout the last week and a half or so, I've taken the time to watch some replays and whatnot. And, man, I don't understand. For this is a hobby that we're having fun. We're here having fun. I mean, JB, are you not having fun with?
Are you not entertained?
And I see some of these. I mean,
Wait. First of all, I mean, you didn't even announce the show. We just kind of jumped right in.
hi, hey,
You might want to tell the people what this is, where you're at.
Episode number 17,
I forgot.
which is it's 17. But I got sidetracked there because we were just talking about it, and it's like
NorCal in the house. Right, because if you haven't been to the show before, then you don't know that you can say whatever pretty much the fuck you want.
Yeah.
And if you have been to the show before, then you know that you just can't threaten the host. You'd be fine. So
there is no threatening of the hosts or anybody else here.
Where am I? It's a good question. No, state of confusion.
No prototypical keyboard warrior tough guy behavior here. Yeah, because eek.
Yeah, it doesn't feel right unless somebody's shouting at me.
Damn it! I didn't write it down. NorCal's alter ego, RC America,
American. Damn it! Now we had it right because we said it.
Your weekly dose of shouting.
All American. How do you, he'll correct this here in a minute, I'm sure.
Yeah.
All American RC All Star, I think.
Yes.
RC All. Yeah. RC All Star. Yep. I've threatened that one guy before. That's never happened.
Yeah. Absolute comedy, NorCal with that video. Man, that was.
I watched it like 5 times. I was like, this is fucking great.
Wait, has an 8x8x8.
No, I didn't see that, but I'm gonna have to check that out.
All right.
Bust up a link. We let that shit fly around here. Tony Clifton is running around on YouTube, and I want to say this right now about Tony. I hate Tony. I love hate Tony because see the thing with Tony is Tony to me is hilarious. He's a hilarious guy. Tony's because there's more than one. I keep referring to this as like one person, but it's not just one person.
Yeah, and I gotta tell you that Tony Clifton has made some appearances in some live shows, and to be perfectly honest, I'm a little bit insulted by these guys.
Well, and that's where I'm going with that is because everybody seems to turn around and think that Tony Clifton is me.
Yeah, it's you. But I can assure you that half the times it has not been JB. I can assure you of that.
It's almost too ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like every chat I go into, I'm like, I'm trying to watch the live show this week so I can make fun of somebody's live show, and there's Tony Clifton, and I'm like, I'm not that Tony Clifton. So,
well, the other sad part is, so I know Sean seems to have pinpointed that he knows where the Tony Clifton came from, so he's gotten at least that much right.
Somebody created a monster, that's for sure.
Well, I can't. I mean, that's partly why I'm insulted by not. I know that Sean did say it the other night. Finally, that it's Rich or JB. But yeah, it just kept being, oh, it's JB. Oh, JB. Oh, you don't have to hide behind it. But the thing about the Tony Clifton is that's the gag. The gag is nobody knows who it is. It could be. It could literally.
Tony, it's the Tony Clifton Sweet Tits.
It literally could be anybody, and that's the best part about it.
Look, those are. I'm not typing right now. Those are.
And
that's the.
and the best part is that it
how many people are torn up about this?
It seems to have gotten some people cranky, and all Tony Clifton has done is just told some silly dad jokes and livened up the chat a little bit of your show. Come on, like I said, we're having fun. And why you get so sad and upset? It's Tony Clifton. He's freaking hilarious. He's hilarious.
How about you pull that stick out your ass and take a dad joke every now and then?
The RC YouTube community does have a certain percentage that has a freaking stick stuck up their ass. And, come on, pull the stick out, smile, have some fun. It's okay to laugh at silly dad jokes. It's okay.
Well, for some people.
And this is not,
for some people, it's not okay.
It's not me. See, the Tony Clifton isn't me. And I'm pretty sure it's not JB because I haven't seen him typing away on his keyboard unless he's a master illusionist over there. But, oh, man. Yeah, it's, woo. I don't get the, I don't get people.
Not just the RC world, the whole world has a stick up their ass. Yeah, I mean, and that's
too true.
I mean, we focus it. I mean, that's the whole thing. Is like in that half the fucking world right now. It seems like ain't nobody can take a goddamn joke.
No, I mean, even comedians, like professional stand-up comedians.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
Yeah.
Keep my name out your mouth.
Yes, NorCal. Clifton, he does get around. He's, he's a busy guy.
Wow, man, you guys don't insert sticks in the UK anyways, right? That's like a whole different thing over there, right? To the whole world in his hands. Nice.
All right, NorCal.
10 points to NorCal this evening, starting off strong.
Yes.
Oh, but seriously, I'm fired up over this a little bit. I mean, I was just trying to watch people's dry ass fucking talk shows. And that's all I've seen. And yeah, here comes Tony Clifton in here, and he's bombing the chat, and I'm like laughing my ass off. I think it's great. And then people start pointing their finger at me like, JB. Well, fuck, man.
Well, and
I guess I really bother people. That's all I gotta say.
Well, you are a flog. So, yeah. I mean.
Oh, yeah, I forget.
That's
Goddamn wanker.
the scrap really doesn't give a shit about pay. Now, I got Ua's video pulled up here. I gotta mute it. Of course, I'm gonna get a Dunkin' Donuts commercial. Oh yeah, I like that, Ua. That is an 8x8 with 8-wheel steering.
Wow.
That's no joke.
Can we pull up a picture of one?
I can share the screen
I
actually.
think you can share the screenshot as long as you don't. Yeah.
Window.
Here goes our monetization,
As long as it's just the screenshot, I think. As long as I don't actually play the video, I got to get it so where it's.
Oh, that is.
I gotta get it to where it's a close-up shot here. I'm gonna have to go back. I think there's a closer one back here.
I was close up once.
Yeah, man, that is very cool. I dig that. And a scratch build. I like that even more. $250. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's
the only thing I scratch is my belly.
That's RC right there. That's the beauty of RC. Something to be proud of. Congratulations, Ua. That's this damn cool little truck you built there. Turning circle of about 1 meter. It is 70 centimeters long. Oh, now I got to do some maths. 70 centimeters.
I don't know, man.
It's got to be a couple. It looks like it's almost a couple feet long.
You know, we use feet here in America. Belly rub, JB. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's my new toy there. That's my early birthday present. Went and got me the Losi Baja Ray because dadgummit, I really like trophy trucks, and it seemed kind of silly that I have wanted one for a long time and I never had one. So happy birthday to me.
You old dinosaur. You like you're older than dirt right now, right? So.
Yeah. I was born before dirt.
That's right. Oh my goodness! All right. I mean, have we smashed enough out on? I don't know. Tony Clifton running pissing people off. I love it. I think it's great. I just kind of wish people would stop being like, that's JB everywhere I go. It's not always me.
For everybody that goes back and watches the replay, you never know who it is. We don't even know who it is. Now, I know who JB's Tony Cliftons are, and he knows who at least a couple of my Tony Cliftons are, but I can tell you that I have multiple Tony Cliftons. And
little middle-aged spread going down. Oh, you ain't gonna be like that.
That's the beauty of Tony Clifton is nobody will know who it is, and that's why I said everybody go out there and create yourself a Tony Clifton account so that you can go out and have some fun, and Well,
and I guess if you want to hang out with the most aggravating guy in RC, you're doing it right now. Thanks for being here.
Maybe that's what you should change your channel name to, the most aggravating guy in RC.
Because I got called JB the Voice, and I was like, I'm not really JB the Voice anymore. That's not.
Because you're now, you're not. I don't know which side you're on the screen there.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm over.
You're JB the face.
I'm JB.
There's your face right there.
That's my face.
NorCal has 3 of them. Nice. See, you got to have multiple Tony Clifton accounts just in case you need to log into 2 Tony Clifton accounts at the same time.
Talk shit to each other.
Yep.
Woohoo from Texas.
Woohoo from Texas. Hey, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Now, for anybody that is new to the show, hasn't seen the show, a few weeks ago, we came up with the idea to have create yourself a fake Tony Clifton YouTube account or Gmail account so that you could log into that account and go into
I see Cape Cod. Oh, we got
live
Thompson.
shows,
Sorry, I mean,
comments, things like that. And you could comment as Tony Clifton. And I mean, no rules, you do it, say whatever you want, do whatever you want. I know that the Tony Cliftons that have gone into live chats so far, I'm not saying which ones, but so far they've been just telling silly dad jokes, which evidently doesn't go over real well with some people because dad jokes are terrible. But yeah,
it's so funny.
It's a gag. It's our show's little prank on every other show out there, because as we were saying earlier, and the RC YouTube community, is percentage of it that's got a real problem with the stick getting so far up the ass there that it's making you uncomfortable.
I swear half of them were witches the way they'd ride brooms. I can keep up the bad dad jokes too. Watch me.
If you are new to the show, I invite you to join in our happy little gag or happy little prank. And if you happen to be in a live show and you come across another Tony Clifton, by all means, you should interact with the other Tony Clifton as a Tony Clifton.
Not that this is anything that you have to do. We don't.
It's completely voluntary, although it is mandatory for you to be hanging out in our show.
It is mandatory. We're giving out tattoos later, and you'll.
This is a joke been told badly and dead. Yes. Yes, ooh, that makes it a bad dad joke. How you doing, Robert and Thompson, Cape Cod? Good to see you guys. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us. Yeah, again, sorry I missed last Wednesday, but Rich was doing a bit of traveling, and I have to say, I spent quite a few hours driving.
Yeah,
and people really, really, really need to pay attention to the driving. I can't tell you how many people I saw driving down the road like this. Reading their phone while they're trying to drive. And I don't know if anybody saw this. I know it was on Fox News, but in Georgia on I-85 on, I think it was Memorial Day, somebody did a full-blown Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh, so, really?
If you've ever been driving down the highway and you've seen a flatbed tow truck with its head tilted down, well, evidently this person was not paying attention and doing 60 some odd miles an hour, literally jumped off of the tow truck at like a ramp. It was, and the state trooper was had his body camera on because they were at the scene of another accident. And the tow truck was there to tow the car away, and he got it on body cam. The car literally, bah! And I mean, it flew at least a good 60 or 70 feet, like 30 feet in the air. Amazing. Yes, I just did the General Lee horn.
I'm going to get out and paint a Confederate flag on this thing now.
I can't tell you how many times, and every time I would see somebody that was looking at their phone, it was always because they had just done something stupid that almost caused an accident. And then there would be the subsequent reaction of the person they almost got in an accident with, which would then start the pre-road rage incident. And it's all down to you're either staring at your phone or your GPS screen. I don't know why car manufacturers have Facebook on your center screen or the internet.
I like to drive it like it's fucking NASCAR season out there. I put my foot down, and if you're in my way, get the out of here.
I also got to say, I moved here a couple of years ago to Tennessee from California, and I thought California drivers were pretty crazy. Nah, California drivers are kind of sissies when it comes to overall drivers in the South. North Carolina, South
They're
Carolina.
calling their mom to see if it's okay for them to drive.
I gotta tell you, people in the South drive like freaking bats out of hell.
It's steering wheel holders. Oh, that's a good one too. You guys are hilarious.
80 miles an hour on the freeway, and people are passing me like I'm tied to a post. I'm telling
you're not going fast enough. The freeway's the new Autobahn, don't you know?
Man. But yeah, God bless it, people. My God, just put your phone in your pocket when you get in your car, because it's just downright dangerous. You can end up.
No. I've got like a helmet on, right? And I'm like the 5-port seat harness and stuff. And I'm like, I got Rally over here, like.
Yeah,
you boys should try London driving. Oh, I can only imagine.
Man, I got this stupid cough because I sat in front of the air conditioner, blown right on my face like a dummy. Made me get the coughs, and I do it every week before the show. That's why I'm always coughing, because I'm smart enough to point the stupid air conditioner.
Don't let him lie to you. He's over there.
Nah,
I tease him.
It's like my mom tells me. I got the pneumonia.
Oh, that's what it is.
I got the pneumonia. I need to go see a doctor. I only smoked for like 28 years.
RC alter egos and sticks up people's asses. I love how this came together last week. I don't know if anyone was paying attention, but man, what is it? I saw UR made a joke earlier about an Irishman. You guys taking dicks. Hilarious. I love that's why I come here, is the chat. I found the best way to be surrounded by courteous drivers is a 3-gun rack in the back of a 3/4-ton pickup.
Basic instruments.
No distractions in a video. That would be, you remember the days when you had 3 on the tree?
It was, when it was fancy if you had a cassette player in your radio. Fancy. Before that, it was fancy when you had an 8-track.
That's fancy.
My mom's Maverick had an 8-track in it.
I'm sorry, I got to stop you right here. I don't understand what you're talking about. I am a keyboard tough guy. I am a digital warrior.
Wait, were you born after 1991?
No.
Okay.
Fuck me.
I was gonna say 1991, because I just saw a thing today explaining where you're Gen X or baby boomer or millennial, Gen Z.
Call it Zennials. I've heard Zennials or something like that. I don't know.
Gen Z is the idiots now. Millennials are the 91 to like 2008 or something like that. You and I were the Gen Xers. Probably most everybody in here is Gen Xer.
Well, I guarantee you, I know where his first stop was, and that was the restroom. So,
Dick Trickle's first job was, oh no.
Yeah, I got that.
Oh no.
He got you to read it out loud too, so I'm going to give him 10 more points for that.
My Chrysler 300M had a cassette player and CD player right in the dash. My GMC truck, it did not have it had a CD player, and that was it. It didn't have. That was post cassette days.
Shit.
I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting to find out what Dick Trickle's first job was.
Like you don't know. You're gonna.
You're leaving us hanging here, NorCal.
That's so funny. Get him to say. Anyways, but I was just gonna tease anyhow. You guys are too funny. You fucking keyboard tough guy. I'm sorry. I need to get belligerent. Is what I keep forgetting.
He was just even. Oh,
oh, you busted you with that.
I'm older than the 70s. All right. So woohoo's actually, that means you are a baby boomer. And so you can tell as many bad dad jokes in my chat as you want. Just use the real channel. But that's not the gag. The gag is Tony Clifton. That's the whole point of Tony Clifton, is so that is as many of Tony Cliftons as there are out there, they can roam around the internet in anonymity, telling bad jokes. It's happening, Mr. Sean. And if you weren't here earlier, I did say that I was relatively offended that JB keeps getting all the damn Tony Clifton credit.
Rich is back. Here I am. I'm upset because Tony Clifton's following me. Like, I've been Tony Clifton like once or twice. All right. Take it a little easy on the blaming Justin bullshit. All right. That's fucking bullshit.
Like I said, I'm a little offended. Y'all know that Tony Clifton is my brainchild. It's my brainchild. Because I'm the Andy Kaufman fan here.
Whatever, dude. You didn't come up with. Apparently, you're not asshole enough to fucking troll people. I don't know what to tell you. There, I said it.
I mean,
is there any other RC show that you go to where the co-host calls the host out?
I mean, is there any other RC show out there called the Shit That Needs to Be Said show? I hope not, because we're probably infringing on their copyright.
Wait until we start talking about the RC cult stuff later again.
Oh, that's right. Hour number 2, we're going to get into the biggest scam in RC, and it's juicy. What the hell did he hit? What the hell did who hit? I didn't hit anything. I hit my haterade. Love my haterade. Face, green, smiling face, green, smiling face, green, smiling face, green, smiling face.
It's like he hulked out right there. I'm not entirely sure.
NorCal, Hulk smash. Bring on your phone keeps the people around you more awake. Being on your phone, while you're driving, being on the phone, it can also keep you dead.
Keep you dead. What's happening, One Locos?
Hey, One Locos. What's happening, man? Good to see you. It is a freaking happy Wednesday, by the way. Man, holy crap. I already, oh, hey, is anybody here familiar with Ronnie Mack? He's like one of the, I think he used to be one of the Nitro Circus guys, like kind of dirt bike stunt guy. He's born and raised in Australia, came to the United States like 13 or 14 years ago. He's been here on like a green card visa kind of thing, and he's been trying to apply for American citizenship, but the State Department and the Department of whomever that handles that kind of crap have denied him his citizenship because he is not vaccinated. And he presented, so now this guy's a motocross racer, so he's been busted up a gajillion times. He's also part of the Nitro Circus, which he's like Travis Pastrana.
All right.
He's made of, titanium bolts and plates and shit. And his doctor actually wrote a very lengthy letter saying, I advised him not to get vaccinated because it's not, not good for his situation.
Bring the tea, Rich. Spill it, bro. Somebody wants to know. No, we can't wait. We got to have time for people to pull the sticks out of their butts first.
So evidently last week, they notified him that he is going to be deported in 90 days.
What?
It's a guy that he lives here. He's married. He's got kids. He's got sponsors. He's got a business here. He owns a house and property.
Get deported?
And he is literally getting deported to Australia. this is the
Wow.
priorities of things that are happening in our country right now. We have tens of thousands of people flooding across the border.
Tank, it's so good to see you. I meant to give this to you the last time I saw you, brother.
So yeah, that's the priority. Is we have to kick a guy out who's got like millions of subscribers on YouTube. We need to send him back to Australia where he belongs. Damn it, you unvaccinated bastard. So yeah, I thought that was kind of jacked up. I mean, and he's funny as shit. He wears like this goofy uniform with the American flag all over the place, and yeah, it's sad. Howdy, Frank. By the way, good to see you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Marcos, that's white Australian privilege. Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one.
All I know is if I have
Brown
to,
comes in here, flinging some zingers.
That's where I learned him.
Points.
That's where I learned him.
Yeah.
But if I had to live on the same island as Jack, I think I'd just jump off and start swimming off into the ocean. I know it's a big island. It's not big enough.
Other Australia news. Surfer. They found half of him. After he was surfing with 20-foot great white sharks.
Rainbow, take your chances with the sharks.
Hey, speaking of the Indy 500, I know that there's probably some race fans in here. Hey, Frank, have a good dinner, my friend. What are we having? What are we having tonight? But speaking of the Indy 500, we had three big races this week. We had the Indy 500, the Monaco Grand Prix, and the Coca-Cola 600. And I got to say, the Indy 500 was the most entertaining of all races. Now, Monaco is typically a boring race for F1 as it is. But, man, the Indy 500 this year was a banger. And it was relatively late in the race when Kyle Kirkwood crashed and sent his left rear tire all the way out of the track into the parking lot and bounced off some poor woman's hood.
Wow.
And I think for her troubles, they like escorted her to the inside of the track and gave her a tour. I'm sure they'll be fixing her car, but yeah. I mean, man, they were going crazy at the Indy 500 this year. Crazy. Considering them dudes are running around there at 220 miles an hour, passing each other like freaking crazy. That's pretty cool.
Give him one for me too. Okay, well, here's a double. I would double down.
What the hell? Let's give him the triple.
I'll give him. I've got him all day long.
Did she get to keep the tire? Unfortunately, no. Indy took the tire so they could investigate why, because they're supposed to have straps to keep it from flying off. Because I believe it was 1988, they actually killed 3 fans in the stands because tire flew.
The chat is why I come here. The chat is some of the best chat.
NASCAR number 1. I'm surprised that Englishman would be a big fan of NASCAR. Jack on Jack. Oh man.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say it. I'm not gonna.
You gotta. I mean, you set yourself up for that one, JB. Yeah.
I've seen them in person in New Hampshire. This sounds amazing.
That either NASCAR or Indy cars. I have NASCAR. I've been to California. I've been to Bristol several times. I went to Talladega once. Indy. I have been to the Indy 500 before. It is phenomenal. NASCAR is racing, But NASCAR, if they could get rid of all the goofy shit that they do, the playoffs and all that nonsense, and just get down to NASCAR being NASCAR, bashing the shit out of each other and getting out of their cars and getting in fist fights, and that's what NASCAR is supposed to be. NASCAR nowadays is kind of a more pussified version of what it used to be. The first televised NASCAR race ever was the Daytona 500, and I believe it was Bobby Allison and Cale Yarborough crashed each other on the last lap. Richard Petty ended up winning, but the highlight of the whole race was Cale Yarborough and Bobby Allison beating the crap out of each other.
Have a good night, 907.
Hey, Robert, take care, buddy.
Well, I mean, man, that's just, when did everybody turn into such goddamn snowflakes about shit? Like I said, hold a stick out your ass. Jesus Christ, man.
Hey, have some fun. Hey, have some fun, for crying out loud. Bobby and Donnie Allison.
Giving the bird, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You know what? And isn't that the thing? Like, when did we stop being able to say, hey, buddy, fuck you? All right?
Well,
like,
yeah. And most recently, at the Coca-Cola 600, everybody got pissed off at Bubba Wallace because evidently he was running around flipping people off. Sean can't put WRC or drag racing in the same league as any circuit. Yeah, I mean, drag racing is just all by itself because there's really nothing else like it. Kind of the same as rally racing. Rally racing is in a league all its own. But drag racing is no joke. Drag racing is that's serious. If you've never seen a Top Fuel dragster live in person, they'll scare the shit out of you. There is so much freaking horsepower there.
I love it all. I love it all. Give me anything with a motor.
That's a bold statement. World Rallycross.
It's the best. I saw that. Yeah, I don't know if I like World Rallycross. I'm not gonna lie, but the best.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not gonna lie. It's really good. Could I label it?
As far as driving talent is concerned, some of the best guys as far as car control. There is. I mean,
who wants to watch guys in dresses? No, but Dad, you have a point, because if we could bring 18-year-old college basketball girls to NASCAR and get them to race, I think we'd have something.
Yeah, but see, the only thing that would be a detriment there is if you're going to have 18-year-old college girls, you're going to have them drive around with their cell phones on. The race is only going to last like 3 laps.
I love it.
No, Sean, the best of all is dirt track racing, sprint cars, midgets. There is very little out there that can compare to a good old-fashioned wing sprint car race on a half-mile track.
I don't, like I said,
Insanity.
man, I'm kind of one of those people. I'm like, I don't care if it's a minivan as long as my friends aren't watching. I'm going to put my foot down.
Yeah, Cape Cod, Isle of Man, again, that's in a league all of its own, because that's from a guy who raced motorcycles. Isle of Man is insanity. You got to be several sandwiches short of a picnic to do that. Even Valentino Rossi rode around the Isle of Man TT track and was like, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen. And that guy he's literally a crazy person on a motorcycle.
Dude, I love those kite karts. Those things are fucking cool.
Those, the other one that is
little ultralight fucking karts with all that horsepower.
Yeah, those and the guys that ride the sidecars on the motocross tracks. Not just the sidecar guys that do the flat track racing, but the guys that actually ride them on the motocross tracks. That is also insane.
He's not. I don't remember when Dad actually raced sprint cars before I was born. So I think he won the points championship at the local track the year I was born. So all of it's insane. Yeah, well, I mean, if you're willing to strap yourself to a bunch of horsepower and race it around, you kind of nutty, right?
That is, I said it several weeks ago that race car drivers, um, every time one of them dies, um, there's always the conversation of, oh gosh, it's so dangerous, and or gets hurt. It's so dangerous, and um, that is the lamest conversation ever. Every race car driver I know, every racer I know, myself included, um,
That's right. That's
you,
why I'm going to make RC way more dangerous.
you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing when you get on a motorcycle, you get in a sprint car, you get a midget, you get in a go-kart, you get on a skateboard.
It
Crying
should,
out loud.
well,
You know what
okay,
you're doing.
you should know what you're doing. But that's what I love about these 18-year-old college girls getting in these cars. They've got no clue what they're doing.
Oh.
It is going to be the best 5 minutes you've ever seen in your life.
I still stand by my statement that NASCAR would be a million times more successful. I thought of a new twist: jam cars, like they had, back in the old electric race car days, racetrack days, where there was just a jam car that its whole point was to just crash you.
Right?
So NASCAR has a couple guys that go out there and nobody knows who it is until the race gets started. Like two guys, they tell them at the beginning of the race, "Hey, look, we'll cover everything. Whatever damage you do to your car, we'll take care of that for you. But you're the jam car this week, and your whole job is to go out there and just wreck the crap out of people." And then at some random point in the race, they throw the spike strip out.
Want
And
you to
come
go
on.
out there and hit the pace car.
Kyle Busch is classic. Kyle Busch is the modern Dale Earnhardt. Everybody's hating on him, but he NASCAR needs Kyle Busch. It's sad. It's just like Kevin Harvick. It's sad that Kevin is retiring. I was sad when Tony Stewart retired. Yeah, Kyle kind of got, he's got kids now. He's got a family. He can't be as crazy as he used to be. But I think I have high hopes for Bubba Wallace. I think Bubba Wallace is going to fill in nicely for being one of the instigators, and Ross Chastain, because Ross Chastain also has a habit of throwing punches. Put some spikes on the rims like Mad
Max. Yeah, make RC more dangerous. Yeah, absolutely. You put spikes on your RC car. That way, dodging it is 10 times more dangerous. I love this.
I don't know if this is a new thing, like a new TikTok thing, but it's semi funny. People that are putting like spinning razor blades on the sides of their bikes so that they can trim weeds and they're riding their bike.
Oh, that seems.
And it inevitably always comes to where they run into somebody with their spinning blades. Have to drive 400 miles a day. Ooh, hey, take care, woohoo. That is happy trucking, my friend. Yeah, 400 miles is no joke. I want to see Bubba post stream. See, that's what I'm looking for. I want to see Bubba Wallace and Ross Chastain get into it, because I think that's Friday night fights right there. I think that's a worthy one.
Sorry, I didn't mean to jump up like that. I honestly thought that somebody just ran into my house.
Has it started to hail yet?
No, it hasn't. Actually, it was my neighbor who completely backed up into a railroad tie that I have out in front of my house so you don't back up into my house.
Huh? See?
I think she found it. She found it. I think she found it.
Man, there's so much that happened in the last 2 years.
I know. And where
It's
did
so
we?
crazy.
I know we're already like 40 minutes in, and I don't feel like I've offended enough people yet.
Continue on with NASCAR. How about Chase Elliott getting suspended for a week because he intentionally crashed Denny Hamlin? Not a big Denny Hamlin fan, not a big Chase Elliott fan, but I hate Chase Elliott less than I hate Denny Hamlin. So, and I can't say that it wasn't funny to watch Chase Elliott just get totally pissed off and stuff Denny Hamlin in the wall. Dangerous, yes. Not a good way to go about racing as a professional, but
I'm
hey,
offended by that fact, JB.
that shit happens.
You know, boys hit RC Cape Cod with Wasteland Weekend Mad Max Fury Road Party. I love that. That kind of makes me think though, I just want an event where you're at an event and everything's chill and cool, and then someone comes up out of the middle of nowhere and just punts your RC car.
That's what I said about going to USTE with a Tony Clifton monster truck.
Right?
There would be at least a handful of us that would piss ourselves laughing watching that video.
You can't make it up that hill. Here, let me help you.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah.
What do you got on the list? I know we're gonna get to the white hooded KKK shit, but
Indiana Jones 5. Why?
Is he not old enough?
Why? Why? Harrison Ford, I'm asking this directly to Harrison Ford. Why? Why did you even bother? Absolute legend, Indiana Jones. The first 3. Okay, the Crystal Skull one with Shia LaBeouf doesn't count. I give you a freebie on that one. But this one, come on, why? Why? Why did you make a 5th one that I can already tell you it's terrible. I haven't even seen it. I've only seen like 2 seconds of the trailer, and I could tell it's terrible. God bless it. I don't know what the movie industry is. Garbage. It's just garbage. Nobody knows how to make movies anymore. Nobody. So
maybe they'll make a live action of us someday.
Yeah. The shit that needs to be said show. The live action version. First they'd have to make the cartoon version, then they could make the live version. But if they made the live version, I know this is
all right.
If they made the live version, we wouldn't be 2 white guys anymore. They would change that to something else. That's the story. Traxxas. Thank God. Traxxas came out with a 1972 K5 Blazer body on top of the TRX4.
Oh, yeah, this.
Thank God. Man, I'm really happy that we have another Blazer.
Hold on, we're just going to paint it a different color. Hang on.
Well, they came out with the 2, I think, now. They got 2 colors now. And then in 4 months, they'll be like, hey, it's the all-new 72 K5 Blazer.
In purple.
3 different colors now. Woo! And as usual, all the normal YouTube influencers all had the same thing to say about it, that it's awesome and perfect and amazing. The only problem with it is they put stickers in the freaking windows. Mm-hmm. Typical nonsense from YouTube.
Yeah, try to punt my deer. Yeah, watch me walk up and fucking break my foot.
Another Traxxas game changer. Yeah, I mean, there is such a thing. I drive the world too many times.
RC is known to a man. Look, I mean, what can you say? Yeah, I mean, Traxxas does it again. Let's just paint it a different color and sell it again.
And the cave of wheelchairs.
Well, that was one of the things that I wanted. You know, out of the talk shows I did watch, this was what got me. Is I saw influencers in other talk shows pushing their shit. I'm like, are you serious? Like, I mean, I see this influencer over here, and he's like, have you checked out these cow RC mats? I've got them on my channel. Like, man, you gotta be fucking with me right now, right? I mean, you're in another person's channel and you're dropping your fucking team driver goddamn bullshit up in the chat. All right, whatever.
I think everybody's going to figure out at some point that the the whole YouTube social media influencer thing is it's another scam. It's just a scam and a different. Yeah, I mean, not just RC. There's influencers everywhere for everything.
I mean, I don't know what to say. Kevin Talbert, get a haircut. RC Sparks, get over that midlife crisis.
Freaking Harley needs to shave. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on with his wife is on vacation or something, but Harley needs a shave, and Matt just needs to move to the United States. Yeah, Canada's not helping you out, buddy. Hey, new color, $50 more.
And that all-American RC All-Star guy, he's a real a-hole, if you know who.
Let's fuck my God want to line me up, pop. Yeah, I mean I've said it before.
I'm just tired of the puff shirts and people walking around like they're so much better than everybody fucking else. Now wait a minute, I thought we were all guys playing with RC cars. What makes you so much fucking better than me all of a sudden?
Well, I could tell you. I'll explain it to you right now.
Because you wear a blue shirt that's got G6 right here?
Mine, the blue shirt that's got an X right here. That makes me extra special.
Oh, I see.
And you put the fun in funeral. Not sub to Sparks, not sub to Kevin Tidbit either. Yeah, I had to drop my Sparks. I had to drop my Sparks subscription because the midlife crisis got to be too much. Like, dude, whoa, hey,
whoa,
TMI, buddy.
Yeah, man.
TMI. I don't need to know that much about your personal life. When he started going in talking about his.
If Kevin has all that money and, like, I swear to God, you can't find a razor. What the?
Are there no barber shops in freaking England, in Great Britain? Do they? I mean, does Kevin live out in the sticks or something where he can't? Even if you're not going to cut your hair, you can at least brush your hair before you do a video every once in a while. You own a Lamborghini, for crying out loud.
My shit smells of roses.
By trash ass. Now, if I were to scribble in a TR before that, then yeah, T-hole would be all over me.
So sad. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to like rip into this next hour.
Well, I got another good one.
How many
actually,
people?
I got a couple.
Okay, all right.
I got a couple good. These are TikTok ones. Okay, so.
Well, and you saw the video I sent you yesterday of the dog, right?
Yes. Dog chewing on a lipo battery, and it blows up. Luckily, nothing happened to the dog, but that person needs to be taken outside and shot.
This is a little disturbing.
Leaving your lipos around where your dog can chew on it is.
I mean, I understand being a little forgetful or something, but damn, dude, like, yeah, I mean, this dog chewed on that lipo until it exploded.
Yeah. But yeah, TikTok. So evidently, there's a great big fat TikTok lady who made a TikTok being pissed off at airlines because the space in the aisles isn't wide enough for fat people.
Right.
Now, she's not average. I'm a hefty guy, but she's an above average fat person. And she made a TikTok to tell everyone that airlines need to put more space in between the seats so that fat people can walk.
Well, you say that, isn't Lizzo? Lizzo is all upset about the body shaming shit right now too. Body
shaming is fine. Everyone should be body shaming people. I body shame myself. I look in the mirror. I'm like, God damn, you're fat, dude. Come on, look at your neck.
I'm
for crying
guilty.
out loud.
I'm guilty.
You're freaking huge.
I'm huge. I'm guilty.
But fat shaming, most of the time, fat shaming is just because it's unhealthy. It's unhealthy to weigh 350 pounds.
Well, I think we all know that. Like, and that's why we think that it's a taboo or it's wrong, is because
and the silly
C-130s have plenty of room.
and the silly part is nowadays. That's what I said. You know, Kelly.
We talked about that.
If you can't fit on a regular airplane, then guess what? You can spend $50,000 for a ticket. You're super rich TikTok star.
You want to take
can
a plane?
spend $50,000 and you can just rent you a C-130 and they'll fly your fat ass around anywhere you want. You will not have to worry about not fitting in there, because you'd have to be ridiculously fat to not fit in there. But yeah, it's it's all the affirmation crap that everybody has to be affirmed for whatever it is that they are. Oh, I'm a freaking crackhead, but you can't make fun of me because that's crack phobia. I'm fat phobic. First of all, they need to stop using phobic, because phobia is a fear of something. And quite frankly, I'm not afraid. Well, I can't say that. I am afraid of fat people.
Bachelor boy.
RC shaming should be a thing too. Having 70 plus RCs is unhealthy.
Doesn't he? He's got a whole storage unit full of RCs. I think he's like pulling my leg on this one.
I think RC Basha Boy is RC shaming himself.
Yeah,
and speaking
it's wrong. No, I don't know.
Speaking of overabundance of RCs, shout out to Earl Moorhead for doing his $300 burnout giveaway, which is a unique way of giving out some free money to folks. And that was, he let everybody guess how long it would take for him to completely blow out tires on 3 different cars doing burnouts. So pretty freaking cool. He also did his own little swap meet thing, which was pretty cool. I saw Earl sold some very nice RC cars for very nice prices. So shout out to Earl. Haven't seen Earl yet today, so he is he's either working or he's slacking right now. And if he's slacking, shame on you. Shaming. I'm shaming you now. I can tell you, at almost 6'1", I do have a little bit of trouble in airline seats. It is rather uncomfortable.
You guys are all just upset at me because I still get in the ball pit at McDonald's.
I'm not even going to call you out for saying the word ball pit.
I love it. Where are we going with this? Oh, shit.
Two words you don't want to hear in the same sentence. Ball pit.
How do you feel when your kids ask you to play in there?
Nope.
No.
Nope. The other one. All right. The Dove Corporation, the makers of the soap, not the candy. They have started a campaign that they want more ugly characters in video games, because evidently video games have too many attractive people in them, and that doesn't accurately represent the number of ugly people that are out there in the world. So, fellow ugly people, Dove is out there fighting the good fight for us, the ugly folks. Don't ask me why I've made a note of that.
Oh my God. Oh my God. You know, I'm just going to get myself a shirt that says keyboard tough guy from here on out.
I mean, I could talk about the Target debacle, or the Kohl's debacle, or the continuing Bud Light debacle, or the Little Mermaid debacle, or the Peter Pan and Wendy debacle. But I feel kind of like YouTube is already beating the crap out of those dead horses right now. Congrats to Bud Light for completely destroying your brand, and to Target, who's evidently 10 days, 11 days in, and they're approaching losses of $10 billion. Good job. Really Yeah, really good way to do business. Piss everybody off.
This
Because
feels like
first,
an episode of Family Guy where Peter has that segment called, yeah, well, and that we've talked about that. What grinds my gears? That's kind of what it's like. You know what really grinds my gears? When that basher boy comes in here and starts talking shit on what grinds my gears.
the great pussification of America. Well, Basher Boy, I mean, this show is the shit that needs to be said show, and we don't limit it to just shit that needs to be said about RC. I go off on tangents all the time. That's my job
It
here.
is a bit of a
I'm
place to
the
vent. You vent too. Go right ahead.
I'm the resident kind of conspiracy theory QAnon crazy person here. Although I do kind of think that QAnon is a little bit on the ludicrous side. Some of their stuff makes sense and makes you scratch your head, but a lot of their stuff is just downright freaking
That's why
crazy.
I'm grabbing a 6-pack of Bud and going down to Target right now. My
While you're there, you can get some Pride wear, and because by the way, tomorrow does start Pride Month, so
oh, thanks
get
for reminding me of that
get
bullshit.
your Facebook profile rainbow pictures all set up, ready to go, because we're gonna get the shit blasted out of us by rainbow crap for the next month by every virtue signaling jackass there is on social media. Yay! So happy that that's a thing now. And I'm not going to point out the fact that it's a disgrace that we have one day for veterans who didn't make it home, and one day for veterans, and we give a whole month to freaking fairies. I mean, there's no other way to put it. It's fairies. You call me a pussy. My mama always said you're what you eat, so don't be a cop. Is green and thrown up. Yeah.
So did you press your white bed sheets this week?
Say what?
I said, did you press your white bed sheets this week? Are you ready to join the RC cult?
Am I?
Are you?
I don't know.
I know that.
I might be. So we're in the second hour. So now
we don't have to bust into it just yet. I
gotta. It's quite toasty in here. It's getting all hot.
Oh, I see. Rich is like, I got to get into this. So before I sweat to death,
loosened up. Get the network loose, the blood flowing. This is the biggest scam in RC, and it's probably not what you're thinking, but it is the biggest scam in RC. The other biggest scam in RC is not the biggest. It's probably not. It's only like the fourth biggest. This is the biggest. This is the elephant.
This is the shit that people are not telling you.
So, earlier this week, or was it last week?
It was last week.
It was last week. JB shared a video with me from Tail Heavy Productions. And evidently he is an RC plane guy. And he did an interview with an engineer who has been testing LiPo batteries. And in this fairly lengthy interview, this guy basically explains how the C ratings on all of our LiPo batteries are complete and utter bullshit. Complete and utter bullshit. That the C rating is only one part of the factoring of the discharge rate of the battery, and the C rating is most easily of all of the things that can be manipulated.
Wait. Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
And the fact that manufacturers flat out lie about what the C rating is.
Well, and which manufacturer did he point out specifically?
He pointed out Max Amps and Thunder Power. I think Thunder Power. One of the biggest airplane LiPo batteries. Now, Max Amps, he actually contacted Max Amps and told them, this is bullshit. Your C rating is bullshit. It's not even remotely close to that. And they actually said, according to him, I'm quoting, yeah, we know that. Everybody knows that. Everybody in the RC lipo industry knows that the C ratings that they're putting on their batteries are complete bullshit.
So why is it acceptable? So why have us as consumers, like I said, I mean, our Locos is over here and he's like, I knew it, overpriced trash. Well,
Yep.
okay, if we knew it, why did we let it happen to us? How come we've come this far? And if that's one product of the RC world,
Well,
what about all the other products that we're not talking about? What
I
are they
mean,
lying about?
I mean, just anything in general, consumer products that we're being lied to about. But
Well, I mean, I'll tell you a
one of the
story,
other
but
one of the other things about the lipo with the C rating is, I'm sure everybody in here that's ever had a basher, myself included, has paid extra for a higher C rated battery. Absolutely ripped us off. Now, Max Amps has since changed how they show the specs of their batteries on their website now, and he pointed this out.
wait,
That
wait.
after
You're
he
telling me that
confronted Max
somebody in the
Amps,
RC industry pointed something out and then people changed? Does that seem familiar somehow? Like,
well, that's you. They
anyways,
recognized that somebody called them out, and then they changed so that they wouldn't get called out anymore.
right?
Anyhow, yeah, Mr. Brown, power tool batteries, the same exact thing. 20 volt, 18-volt lipo batteries, where they're explaining the discharge. The way he explained the discharge rate was that there's a number of factors that go into it, and the C rating was basically like the dumbed down version of being able to tell people what the discharge rate of the battery would be.
Yeah, to
The
avoid a possible
problem,
lawsuit. I mean, yeah, that would be one of the things. Getting sued about if you're lying about what you're selling, sooner or later someone could catch on.
well, I can tell you, I went through and looked at several manufacturers' websites, big names. I'm not going to say any names because I don't want to get myself in trouble, but big names, names you hear of in crawling and bashing all the time. And they all show the C ratings exactly the same way. If you go over to Max Amps and you look at the way Max Amps shows the specs for their batteries, you can clearly see how they differ because Max Amps, yeah,
Well,
it's
it's not
exactly
just
what it
false
is when Mako.
advertising. That's not. It's false advertising, yes, but it's also something like I said that every battery maker knows. Everybody who's slapping a sticker on a battery and calling it theirs and is selling it to you knows that C rating is junk.
Yep.
And so we've accepted this, we've allowed it to happen, and now it's become the norm. And that's my real problem. It's not
The,
just the false advertising of it; it's the fact that we've allowed this to be the normally in the RC world. We just all right, well, it's cool, whatever. You sell me a C rating battery for more because that's the way it is.
the other big thing is servos, and we talked about several weeks ago how there was somebody had posted bitching about an NSDRC servo, and the owner evidently of NSDRC actually responded in the comments of this Facebook post explaining that um, hey, sorry about your bad thing here. But he also went on to explain that there's only three manufacturers of servos in the world. Everybody that sells a servo is made by one of these three manufacturers in the world. One of those three manufacturers is evidently garbage. And all of the big name guys know that this one is garbage. And this would be what I'm assuming would be all of your super, super cheap, crappy servos that you
Right.
get, probably the ones that are thrown in RTRs and all of that, just the super weak garbage servos. But the rest of them, your Reefs, your Savex, your NSDRC, there's only two manufacturers are making those. And guess what? Those two manufacturers are also making and selling their own branded versions of servos. They're also selling those servos to other companies who brand them and sell them as their own all over the place. Now, when you think about go on Amazon, look at a Betu 45 kg servo, and then look around at some big name manufacturers at their servos that are roughly in the 45 kg range, and you will find a manufacturer that it looks almost identical to. Almost. Slightly different. But basically, what you can say is it's the same freaking servo. Brand name company selling that servo for $139.99 on their website. Betu on Amazon, $41.99.
Well, I like what Basher Boy says here. One thing to point out, there is a lot of LiPo battery companies out there. It all comes down to how the company treats the customer. There's no such thing as a perfect LiPo company. And he's right. I mean, there is no such thing, but and customer service does make a difference. But I mean, like, we're talking about an industry lie. We're talking about, yeah, they knew it anyways. And whether they had good customer service and they replaced my batteries or not, they knew when they sold me the battery that that's not the case.
Yeah, the real.
No, I'm not saying I don't buy batteries. I'm not saying it, and I'm not saying I won't buy batteries. I'm just saying, like, hey, look, like, I mean, we need to be real about this shit.
Well, the real trick here is, and what this gentleman pointed out was the fact that you go out and spend extra money to get a higher C rating because you expect that that is going to improve your performance out of your battery. Let's say you're no prep drag racer and you need a high discharge rate and you go to a, big no prep drag race and you get beat by a guy who has a lesser C rating in his battery. Hey, what the hell? Did I pay $250 for this battery so that I could smoke fools like you?
Yeah, you probably didn't use the right solder. Your tires are on backwards.
Hey, Mr. Earl, good to see you. From a company I can call if they have my email only. I won't buy from them. Yeah, I mean, this is a big deal, and I know that it's probably going to be one of those.
I'm not saying that I don't have brand favorites or anything else, and I'm not trying to necessarily bash. That's not it. I'm just saying this is something we all need to be aware of. I mean, come on, man, let's not joke ourselves. The C
Before
rating
you
thing
go
is
out and spend extra money on a higher C rating battery, if they have Dean's plug and 14 gauge wires, it's probably
big shit. Yeah. Then that's the wire should be a giveaway because that's how much. I mean, yeah, that's one thing, but still, you're only going to get so much anyways. I mean, there's not, I don't know.
If you have a battery that has a super high C rating, you would expect that you're going to have a super heavy gauge wire on there because that's going to be required in order to carry the extra output from the battery. You're also going to have an EC5 plug or something like that in order to handle the higher discharge.
Ooh, it's an RC car. Thanks for hanging out with us this evening.
Have a good evening, buddy. Have a great week, and we will see you next Wednesday, my friend. Looking forward to getting shouted at. My weekly shouting.
Yeah. Don't feel the same unless somebody's yelling or threatening me. Or blaming me. Just go ahead and blame me. I tell you, you see something going wrong, just be like, hey, that was Justin's fault. Fuck that guy.
But I can say, after looking around you can expect to pay more for higher C rating batteries, and in some cases significantly.
I have paid more.
And
I like Spectrum stuff, and I've bought Spectrum batteries just because it goes with the controller and the ESC, and I like that shit. But you pay more for it. I'm not gonna lie. But I mean, seriously, let's just. I'm tired of the bullshit that's happening on behind the scenes. Like I said, there's this crap that goes on that nobody seems to care about or know or say, want to talk about. Every time we bring it up, yeah, I mean.
The battery thing is
that's pissing people off. I mean,
part of why we have said it here is because it doesn't seem to be something that's resonating throughout the RC community. and is getting broadly shared. It seems like it is relatively getting shared in the plane community, but as far as cars are concerned, not so much. And yeah, I mean, number one, this is supposed to be fun. And if you're getting ripped off by companies that are just straight up lying to you, and they know they're lying to you, and they're just going to keep doing it until they get caught. Yeah. So hopefully this gets a little bit more resonance throughout the community, and people start actually calling out, battery companies like, hey, that 145C rating, is that really 145C, or is it actually 14.5 when you do the math? Because this guy's video is like 20 minutes long. The interview with this guy is like 15 or 16 minutes, and he goes into an incredible amount of depth of how he does the testing, how he's come across this. He's a robotics engineer,
Well, and that's
NASA and Boeing and all this other shit. So
yeah, that way. You. Well, and that's just it. Is the batteries, the thing that recreation is talking about here, and none of them are lacking. Well, I've always found the same thing, man. I bought 150C batteries. I thought that they were great batteries. Who knew if they were lacking? You wouldn't know, I don't think, unless you actually put it on a machine and test the battery itself.
And that's actually what this guy was doing. He said he spends on average $7,000 a year buying batteries and testing them, and he destroys them while he's testing them.
I mean, if you find something that works for you and it works for you, I'm not saying don't buy it.
Now, I'd say, yeah, Earl, that people who are saying that eBay batteries and the $20 Amazon batteries, look, I bought some cheap Amazon batteries that seem to do okay. I bought I got a very nice Gens Ace 2500 3C 25 milliamp 3S battery that lasted me 6 months, and it just took a shit on me. And it didn't puff up, it didn't do anything. It's just all of a sudden my charger was like, this battery's garbage. And I mean, I have another Gens Ace battery that I've had for a year, and I've never had a problem with it. It works great. But I would say to anybody, if you're buying LiPo batteries on eBay, you are literally playing with fire there. I wouldn't trust an eBay battery.
Well, I did assume on that word when you're right, Bash Boy. I guess the word lacking refers to how much charge. I was thinking how much power it felt like it had. How much overall charge and power.
And that's the C rating is that discharge rate. And
yeah, it's supposed to be a discharge rate.
It's possible to deliver to the motor at any given point. And if your battery says it has 150C rating, and you throw it in there and you're like, oh, that's great. And then you throw a battery that has 50C rating and you can't tell the difference in the power output.
That's kind of scary.
Then okay, there's something little. And I would say that the way this guy was describing it, that's probably the case. Probably the case is that the battery that you see that has 150C on it is probably no better and has no higher discharge rate than the 50C battery that you have sitting right next to it. They just put the 150C on there and put a fancier sticker on there and charge you $100 more, knowing that unless you strap this thing to a battery testing setup, you're never going to know. And that's, if nobody can ever figure this thing out, nobody's ever going to bother to test these things, and we can do whatever the hell we want.
I also agree. I agree with both you guys' statements. Gens Ace, I mean, if they help you and you like buying from them, then that's, I'm not, like you said, I'm not here to kill you guys' go out and buy what you want to buy. However, just realize that, if you're paying top dollar for them 150C or 200C batteries, they may not be that.
Yes, Basher Boy. They're, there are a bunch of different factors. That's
Yep.
why the way this guy was testing.
Well, and that's the other thing I wanted to
specifically-
say. We don't do the puff shirt shit around here, but this guy has been in this field for like over 60 something years. Like he worked in aviation electronics and robotic electronics for Chevron and everything else. I mean, this guy is like,
He knows his shit.
he got a
I mean,
resume
he goes-
taller than I am, so
Yeah, and Earl's exactly right there. There is no regulation. And this is one of those things in every part of consumer products that if you know your product is lacking and you're selling it as something because you know nobody's going to call you out on it, you know nobody's going to do any proper testing on it, but you go ahead and sell it that way anyhow, that's just shady business. And a lot of companies get away with this. I was going to talk about the servo thing where if you're going on Amazon and you're buying one of them $25 servos, you know what you're getting. You know what you're paying for. It's a cheap ass servo. You know that thing's going to last for a while, but eventually it's going to break. But you buy 3 of them, so you have replacements. But when it comes to batteries, lipos are an investment.
well,
And he does specifically talk about the health of batteries. That if you want your battery to stay healthy, you never go over. If it's a 2200 milliamp battery, you only charge it at 2.2 amps, and you don't quick charge, you don't quick discharge. You don't ever fully charge. If it's 4.2, you only go to 4.1. So you never fully charge it. You never fully discharge, storage charge it, which is, I think everybody's learned the trick with lipos. But he said, lifespan wise, he said there's no magic to it. But the C rating, he says this is different than just battery longevity, battery quality. This is actually manufacturers saying this battery is better because it has a higher discharge rate than this battery. This battery is going to cost you $200. This battery is going to cost you $37.50. And the reality is that this battery is probably only about 2 to 3% better than this battery, but they're charging you 500% more for it.
battery life matter too.
I don't think propaganda. What are we upset about today? It's the C rating on batteries today, propaganda. And I can guarantee you, buddy, that you probably bought a battery for one of your bashers that had a higher C rating on it because of the high C rating. And what we've learned from an electrical engineer is that just about every lipo manufacturer out there is full of shit when it comes to the C rating that they're putting on their batteries. And they know it. But nobody calls them out on it, so they don't care. They're not getting caught. Battery longevity is more based on the user taking care of their shit. Last year stored before the bot.
What I could see, what is a Basher Boy said he's got batteries for 10 years. I can see Basher Boy keeping batteries for 10 years because, I've never seen a guy keep his RCs more immaculate than anyone else. His RCs are always so beautiful every time you see him on the bed and everything. Like, damn, man.
The quilt.
When like I said, I think he's even told me when he goes out and bashes, as soon as he cleans that thing, like it's like spotless.
I am guilty. I clean mine religiously as soon as generally as soon as I get home. And
yeah, if you take proper care of your batteries, if you do the right things, I can see your batteries lasting 10 years or better. And I'm not saying that. Are we bed shaving now?
Mr. Brown, that depends.
Don't make me blush. Do you know any good looking Latino men?
When there was, depends on when a battery was made. It depends on the manufacturer. Depends on where you're buying it from. Like there are some local, like U.S. based lipo manufacturers, but they still buy all of the materials and everything from China. Um, but I would say probably on average, you know, a lipo battery that you buy off of Amazon or A-Main Hobbies, it's at least 2 or 3 months old. It's been sitting in storage mode. Now, with lipo batteries being in storage mode, you can almost store them indefinitely without them losing much of their life. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, shelf life
Cheap
determines the
petrol.
cost. I mean, I'm just saying, but it's like I said before. It's the C rating that we're talking about. It's the whole C rating. It's like I'm going to buy this battery because it's got twice as much power as this 4S is 50C, and this 4S is 150C. Well, shit, I should be able to kick it out twice as much.
If you're going to the skate park with your X-Max, you're going to want the 150C
Right?
because you want super ultimate power. Now, as you know, the Supreme RC Master, that's what I expect. I
Yeah,
want ultimate performance.
the ultimate what is it? The All American RC All Star would expect no less than 8S.
The Jay Leno of garage RCs. Wear the denim. Oh, Dash Boy's going to get him the Canadian tuxedo.
I didn't say it. You went there.
That again, Mr. Brown, depends on who you're buying it from.
No, if anything, I have to say, Basher Boy has some. Like, he's got some really nice stuff. Like he does. He's got
Absolutely.
some tomatoes, Tamaya, Tamia.
Tamia.
You got some nice Tamia. If
Yeah.
you've never watched his channel, check him out. What the hell?
Yeah, but which, by the way, yeah, make sure everybody you go in and check out everybody's channel here because we have a ton of great creators here that create awesome content. And again, shout out to Earl. I gave Earl a shout out before he was here about the $300 burnout giveaway, which was freaking awesome, and the swap meet. I'm a little jealous. On the other side of the country.
How about them quilted sheets now?
Depends on the show. I only float my RCs with 100 RC or higher into the creek. NorCal.
It's a sad day.
That was an epic creek launch, but by the way, it's epic.
You're not the first person I've seen that happen to, though. I mean, I don't know how many people. Water is just one of those things. I feel like when you've got an RC, you just kind of need to go to an open field with no trees, no nothing, nothing.
It depends on the RC. Now, if you got you a crawler and you're just going out to an open field,
that's going to be kind of boring.
It's not going to be much fun.
That's going to be like a Monday night talk show. I know.
Yeah, I mean, the good news is you got an open field with a bunch of trees around. There's plenty of sticks to jam up your butt while you're there. Oh no, Tony Clifton is getting in on C rating game. That twin motor Mojave is nasty. Yeah.
I remember the Bash Boar Arena.
Yeah.
Remember?
Gone are some of the classic days in RC.
Oh yeah, definitely. Now there's just assholes like us. Fuck.
The shits that needs to be said. C rating, D rating. You guys are starting to bud me. See, that's what I'm talking about. The Tony Clifton. I've done 3 twin motor setups. Yeah, I mean, the Mojave's pretty nasty as it is.
I don't know
motor in there.
Oh, we went there.
I don't know about the D rating.
Oh. Do they measure that in the RC world? So you sounded like them Op Charlie guys over there.
Big boy Bud, my bad. Tony Clifton's having some autocorrect issues today.
What's the top speed on that setup? And what about the world record cars? I mean, this is right now we talk about the C ratings on batteries, but this is the summer for RC speedrun, is it not?
Yes.
I mean, everybody, like I even saw a rocket RC speedrun being held. And I know that Kevin Talbert's going after the record. What, we just set a record, 220 miles an hour, for Christ's sake?
Yeah, Scorched RC, 219 miles an hour. And I had an interesting, I had an interesting comment on Kevin's video, where I just commented that it looks like he got the horsepower to weight ratio right, and the aero looks pretty good because he just did a little test run, and somebody came in and corrected me. Weight doesn't the weight is not attributed to top speed.
Physics don't apply to things.
Internet expert. Yes, actually weight does have something to do with top speed. I hate to inform you, but it's coupled with the aero downforce and the horsepower. If your car is too light, you have too much downforce, it's going to slow you down. If you have not enough downforce and too much weight, it's going to slow you down.
Nah, see, you're talking as one of them round earthers. And see, with the earth is flat, Rich. So as it go flat, I just haul ass. Just haul ass across flat land.
Damn it. My tinfoil hat's in there. I forgot. I'm no Kevin Talbot, four motor and a sausage, but yeah, Kevin is an absolute maniac. I know he really, really wants that land speed record because I think he just wants his name in the Guinness Book of World Records, which, me personally, I would rather eat like 14 cans of Bush's baked beans and go for the longest fart world record. Because I think that's way more epic than.
I'm gonna go for standing in Target and drinking the most Bud Light until I get kicked out record.
Drinking the most Bud Lights until your clothes turn into a dress.
Everybody wants to see that video.
Deep end conspiracy theories. Can't even keep my no prep car straight with a single motor. Two isn't even in my wheelhouse. Yeah, drag racing. I till you can put on one of those tuck bikinis. Don't make me pull up the Adidas bathing suit picture.
So I told her, I was like, this feels way too tight and revealing, and she's like, well, maybe you should wear a men's then.
I mean, don't make me put the. I'll do it.
Don't do it. Put
that image in your head again.
Don't do it. Where's the soapbox, Rich? You haven't burst a blood vessel yet. We got 30 minutes left of the show. This is always the best part of the show. This is when it starts to really wind up, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay. Well, so we talked about C ratings. We got the biggest scam in RC out of the way. So you want to see the blood vessel go? How about BLM is filing for bankruptcy? That's
Battery
right.
lives matter.
Yes, battery lives matter. Is no longer, they're actually 8 million.
We are talking about Black Lives Matter, right? We are.
Yes, they are $8 million in the hole. This is an organization that 3 years ago had $90 million in assets. 90 million. Now we obviously know that 6 million went to one mansion or a set of mansions, 1.4 went to another set of mansions. Evidently news has come out that one of the VPs of BLM paid her brother $875,000 for security. Now security is important. Yeah, BLM. 501c3 nonprofit going belly up.
How is that
After-
possible? I thought they ran out of trees. No, not the Bureau of Land Management. That's pretty good, though. I like that. I love
I always
BLM
did
land.
find
I
it
love
kind of-
BLM land. I'm just gonna say that. I love BLM.
I always did find it kind of funny that they went BLM. That was the that was the acronym.
I just
that they were
remember. I remember. See, you talk about like I don't know. I brought it up earlier. You talk about like a double-sided coin. I remember making a meme that said TTM. Tiny trucks matter.
and I believe somebody got pissed off about that.
And it was like, yeah, and I know somebody else who just gets to fucking walk all over and.
I seem to remember somebody got pretty pissed off about tiny trucks matter.
Tiny trucks matter.
BLM land is the best.
I like
BLM
BLM land because you can go camping on BLM land for free most of the time. If you get out far enough, you can shoot shit and blow up tannerite and do all kinds of dumb shit out there. They really don't care. They don't want you tearing it up too bad, but.
And most BLM land is off-highway vehicle friendly. You can ride your dirt bikes on BLM land. Generally, BLM land is a good thing. Yeah, so
But Black
BLM.
Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter being 8 million in the hole is not a good thing. I mean, come on, man. What the is this shit?
In a matter of 4 years, you managed to be careful. Yeah, I know. Mom is. I know, Mom. I know the BLM people get incredibly, incredibly touchy. But this is just straight news, and it is, gosh, 90 million. It's actually $98 million that they went through in just over 4 years. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. That's one of those, just because you're a nonprofit organization doesn't mean that you can do math. Whoa. Hey, on a happier note, Jet Lawrence, one of the Lawrence brothers in Supercross, motocross, ran his first outdoor 450 race. He just won the 250 Supercross title this year. Jet Lawrence went out 450, first time out, won the overall.
Nice.
Rookie race. Now
I can't help it. I'm stuck over here in chat with GoFundMe for my RC hobby. Is real hard to buy a new house. Like, really, Earl? Are you trying to pull a Frank up here in chat? You want to drop your PayPal too? I'm surprised. I'm surprised that Frank ran out so quick. He didn't drop his PayPal.
Well, that's Earl's going to start ELM. Earl Lives Matter.
Oh, Earl Life Matters. Fuck yeah.
And then he can buy a new house.
All right.
So there we have it. ELM. Check them out. Grab Earl's PayPal, send him some money. Earl wants to buy a new house. I would rather people just walk around and said that.
At least
hey, man, you know what? I'm broke as shit, and it would be really nice if everybody just PayPal'd me a bunch of money so I could go buy a new house. Thanks.
I like that. Yeah, you're right, Basher boy.
Something I would like to rant about, if I may. It's been a while that a RC hasn't caught my attention. Is it me or these RC not making cool stuff?
This was something that me and Rich have been talking about.
You know what, Basher boy? 100% agree. 100%. RC, I mentioned it earlier in the show. I actually sarcastically mentioned that thank God that Traxxas came out with a new 72 K5 Blazer for the TRX4. Another new body for the TRX4.
Didn't we? Yeah, and that was the thing is when are they going to be innovative? When are they going to start being innovative again and come out? I don't know. What I thought like the X-Max was pretty kick-ass, but then you got the Sledge and the XRT. I feel like are just copies.
They just made smaller versions. They tried to make smaller versions of the
Well,
X-Max.
I mean, the Sledge is really just a fucking their answer to the Arma, more or less.
And Arma, for whatever reason, Arma just hasn't figured out that in order to make an X-Max killer, because every new Creighton 8S or Creighton EXB, any whatever they come out with, is it the X-Max killer? Of course it isn't. Because you make these silly little aluminum chassis and then you put all these fucking braces all over the place that it's something is going to bend. The X-Max is the X-Max because it's all plastic. And it just bends and tweaks all over the place and then it just flops back into place and away you go. Bam! There you go. You want to make an X-Max clone and an X-Max killer? Make everything out of plastic and then put some bracing in there to keep it from snapping.
Are you serious right now, NorCal? You make me laugh.
Do you all see the supers on the officially licensed AARP Eco Cage channel? What?
Oh God, I laughed so hard.
Do you see supers on the officially licensed AARP Eco Cage channel?
Whatever.
I haven't watched
Echo Cage channel. Let's. I'm done with it. I'm done. I'm telling you.
I haven't watched.
Exo Caged. Come on over to the show. Just come to the show. He won't watch this shit.
It's nothing personal against. I don't even know what his name is. Exo Caged. Nothing personal.
Jim Collins.
Jim, is that his name?
Joe Collins. Joe Collins. Joe Collins.
No.
Is that Phil Collins? Wait, that's not it. It's Joe Collins.
Can you beat it coming? That's Phil Collins.
Yeah.
Yeah, tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing against Joe, but for a guy that has paid memberships and he's been making videos for a long time, standing in front of the stupid silly corner rack with your RC cars in the background. Enough, dude. Go on Amazon, spend $75 on a backdrop, $40 on a plastic folding table, and $89 on one of these bad boys, and sit down and make a proper video.
I know. I just feel like there's so much.
There's so much potential there. The guy knows his stuff. he loves his RCs. But God, it's like watching.
I'm so gonna get blasted for this.
Even in the crawler scene, I'm a big time crawler guy. There's nothing new. You're right, Basher Boy. I bought this, the Losi Baja Ray, which is, I don't know. This thing's been out for like 5 years. Ultimately, I wanted to get a trophy truck, and the UDR is I don't want to drop $800 on a trophy truck that is cool, but it's big and bulky, and it's also a T-hole, and I have a problem with T-holes, so I got the Losi instead, because I still can't bring myself to buy something from T-hole. It just
You don't want that new Blazer?
No, God, no. I feel like the Michael from The Office. No, God, no.
You could put a 200C battery in there with a 4-pole motor.
I think T-Hole just you guys need to make something new. The TRX4 has literally been out for like 8 years or something. Now, I give credit to Element because Element has the same base that they keep making the new shit on. Yeah, we'll throw some trailing arms on it and call a whole new car. But it's the same basic car. But that was Element's plan. Traxxas and T-Hole isn't even doing that.
Innovation.
They don't change anything. They just put a new body on it. Put a new body, and then they put some spacers on it to call it the high lift version. It's the high lift version.
The Kyosho Ella is a cool truck. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Maybe you could tell me too. How available are the parts for that truck? I've always wondered that. But other than that, I always thought, especially for scale looks and the way it looks in the camera and everything, what a fucking cool truck. Basher Boy has a pretty sweet one of those. Of course, like I said, I think he has like a whole, I'm pretty sure, I don't even know if he's told his girlfriend, but I bet he's got a whole other condo full of RCs that he pays for down the down low.
Basher Boy has a whole secret life of RCs.
Of RC.
He's like the Batman of RCs. He's got his Bat Cave. I haven't heard points given out in a while. Oh, JB, you are slacking on the points, by the way.
I know. 1,000 points to everybody for putting up with me this evening.
And 25 bonus points to everybody because I haven't busted a blood vessel yet.
We got 15 minutes left, though. We could give it a try.
Hey, you know what? You know what's pissing me off right now? Freaking meat prices. What the actual F is going on? Why are meat prices going freaking crazy? Cost you damn $20 to get a pack of chicken breasts. Crying out loud. The cheapest meat in the store right now is freaking steak. Steak is cheaper than chicken and pork. Pork chops, crying out loud. Pork chops cost you like $9 for 2. I can't make dinner with 2 pork chops from a family. I eat 2 pork chops by myself.
I go down to the carpet store and get the samples and I boil them.
Bird flu. Yeah, it's crazy. Cows on strike, chicken union on strike.
Yeah, weren't we just complaining about being overweight a second ago? I suppose it's really not so bad. We got to start going over to the produce side.
Recreation, it's not too far from the truth, I think, is that I know that it was one of the oat companies that started using like oatmeal companies or something like that started using cricket flour. And they didn't tell anybody. They just started using number one. What the fuck is cricket flour? Crickets are bugs. You can't make flour out of bugs. Grind them up, dry them out, freeze dry them. I don't know.
You can. JD Passel, what's up, man?
What's happening? BSRC is the legend. He is the legend.
I blush.
He is.
I blush like I got an Irishman following me around with flowers.
They're burying dead chickens by the ton, and there's also meat. What are they? Why can't I think of the word? Meat processing plants. Over the last couple of years, mysteriously, a bunch of meat processing plants have exploded. Now, this is one of my kind of QAnon-y things, but there's been actually a bunch of problems with food processing plants exploding. There was a milk plant, a dairy farm, where like 20,000 cows like died instantly, and because of an explosion.
I mean, didn't we start off the year with Ken Block dying? I mean, I think we all should have known.
Yeah, that's just sad. I mean, the most retarded of retards as our president should have known that crap was going to fall apart. Yeah, I said it.
Thanks, Bash Boy, for letting me know about the parts.
Pro does have spare parts online. My local hobby center is order from Kyosha, so eBay is the place for replacement parts. Yeah, that is cool.
Oh, Earl.
Jack in the Crack with their tacos.
Yeah, no, don't read it out loud. He's gonna score. I'm gonna give him 10 points because you almost got there.
I'm a big fan of the Jack in the Box tacos too. And the sad part is that I don't have Jack in the Box here.
That's the crunchy part. You guys are too much sometimes.
Insurance scams or evil is in a sense. Something is up. You're damn straight, RC propaganda. I've been telling my wife that there is something afoot. There isn't, at this point in history, in all of human history, there hasn't been this much crazy shit happening all at once ever. Freaking pronouns, gender fluidity, pride.
The shit that needs
everything.
to be said show. Who would have known?
Live action remake of freaking Little Mermaid and Peter Pan, of which they took the Lost Boys out of Peter Pan. They're now the Lost Persons.
Jesus is coming back saying, whoa, he didn't bring Jesus.
Hey, propaganda. I hear you right there. Great reset, great awakening. If you're looking for an awesome scale-looking trophy, it's an Amperazzo Pro truck. It's the RC Basher Boy approved. Oh, bam! RC Basher Boy approved.
I remember he's got some really cool videos of that Kyosho. He's got, if I remember right, it's silver. I know it's been a while, man.
It's got the two spare tires in the back.
I always thought it was so fucking cool. I mean, he's the reason I wanted it. You cried, huh? I cried too, and I didn't have to watch it.
Purple. Is it purple?
Oh shit. No shit. No fuck. Now I will have to go back and watch it. Way to go. Thanks, Gabe. Thanks for that shit. Government and the CIA, FBI, all corrupted.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I got something. Here's a challenge for everybody. If you've never done it before, take an hour out of one of your evenings and sit down and watch an hour of C-SPAN. Any congressional committee that you want, just spend an hour watching it, and you will never vote for another politician ever again. I do have a fair amount of time sitting around my computer, and I will, for entertainment purposes, throw on a committee hearing, like the FBI committee hearing that's going on right now in the House of Representatives. You can't make this stuff up. You can't. It's so bad. Like I said, if you watch an hour, I mentioned it to JB. If you watch an hour, you will absolutely want to fire every single person in Washington. And there will be a handful of them that you will say need to be taken out onto the steps of the Congress building and just shot for treason. Because we have absolutely some Congress people that are the biggest jackasses on the planet. And that's a bold statement, and I stand by 100%.
You guys are hilarious.
My wife thought I was being sensitive. I was just mourning the loss of my time.
You guys are fucking hilarious. Well, shit. But I mean, a happy note. I don't have a happy note. I have fucking anger issues, obviously.
Did Sean call out Basher Boy for having the biggest collection of
I think he did.
In America? See? That's some funny shit right there, Sean. Bringing it. That's what we're all about here. Having some fun. Talking some smack.
It just worries me. It's just the whole C rating thing as we go back to that. It just worries me. Because if that is okay to be a normal industry lie for the whole RC world, what are other manufacturers doing to us to rake us for money?
Yeah, well, and
I mean, most of us work hard to be in the. I mean, most of us aren't the exo cages where we've worked and now we can retire and AARP ourselves on YouTube. I'm not. I don't have enough gray hair for that yet.
I get it now. I forgot that Exo Caged had retired from working and is now a full-time YouTuber now.
Congratulations to him, by the way. I mean, that's fantastic.
Kudos to you. Keep making videos, buddy. In front
that
of
are drier than shit, by the way. Sorry.
At least paint the shelves every once in a while.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. His stuff actually isn't all that bad if he just put a little fucking just anything behind him. It just
A
acts
little proper
so.
lighting, a little backdrop action, a little, you know.
How about
little-
just facial expression, dog?
I have to work to pay for my YouTube videos. They give too much away.
Speaking of that, Earl, if you've got some money to loan me,
Yeah, propaganda. I give mad props to RC Review. He actually out of the influencers in RC YouTube, he's one of the guys that he actually does do his homework on stuff, and he won't just arbitrarily throw a new rig up there and talk about how great it is, except for the stickers on the windows. Oh, it's so terrible. But other than that, it's a fantastic vehicle. It's been around for 10 freaking years. And it's exactly the same as it was 10 years ago when they came out with it when it was brand new.
No. I stuck a blue body on it.
Oh, that's right. Oh, it's new. It's the high lift version. Yay!
Who's high lifted? I think I'm the only high lifted motherfucker here.
Oh, here we go. You're getting spicy.
I know. These guys are.
But let's not forget he has a limited edition crawler inside the box, untouched, sitting on a shelf. Ooh, Box Queen. All right, there we go. Shots fired. I'm getting there, JB. Yes, Basher Boy. Amongst our incredible creators that we have here in our show, I'm pretty high lifting myself.
There's like these guys. Wait, these guys are all packing 34-inch tires. Fuck.
Yeah. I mean, no time to build.
I don't know, man.
How long has that box been sitting on the shelf? There's no time to build, and then that's when I get around to it. That's like my Toyota LC70 truck. That has nothing to do with no time to build.
I'm not sure. I'm not. I mean, like, I love pissing contests, but I'm not sure I want to step into the middle of that one.
I sent out my proofread. And wow. I don't know. All right. Well, that certainly is interesting, Earl.
Dude. Like I said, it's not like it hasn't happened. I mean, I've said stuff in the RC world to people that people are like, "Oh no, we don't want your shit here. You go away."
Oh yeah, I mean, sharing the link to our show anywhere. I'm starting to feel like I'm a freaking black sheep in the RC community because nobody ever wants to let us share the link to our show in your Facebook group. Yeah, I got two things for you, and there's one, and there's another one. Pow! You Facebook jerk offs. Y'all can.
I'm in a chair, Basher Boy, so I'm chair queen to you, sir. There.
That sits on the shelf as a shelf queen. I'm gonna drive once since I got it. The sad thing is, Jesse, I have an RC truck that I've only driven twice since I got it. It's just pretty sad. I don't have a giant collection or anything.
You gotta be kidding me. How come that comment isn't over in YouTube? Some of the comments got redacted and stuff tonight. I noticed. I didn't take anything out of chat, you guys. Everything that was in chat flew tonight. So I don't know what's up there, but I see in our Zoom chat over here or whatever. Was it "Do my balls count, Basher Boy"? My wife keeps mine on the shelf.
Wait, that didn't appear on the YouTube
No,
chat?
it's not in the YouTube
Oh,
chat.
well, let me
Apparently-
assist you, YouTube. I'm just going to go
Apparently,
ahead.
you can't say, "Do my balls count?" in you on YouTube.
And then there you go, YouTube, you rat bastards. You rat bastards censoring crap. Y'all suck. Suck. So there.
Have a good night, Recreation. Thanks for
You
being
wanna-
here.
You want to block stuff from our chat? I'm going to put it on the freaking screen so everybody can see it anyhow.
Fucking hilarious.
Hey, Recreation Man, thank you, brother, for coming in and hanging out, having some fun with us. Yeah, we're getting down to we hit the 2-hour mark. You know, that it happens every show.
Is there some irony that we're talking about being censored while NorCal is being censored? Like I said, fucking winning. That's right.
It is. It's absolutely. Bam, I'm showing that one too. I keep forgetting that I can do that. But yeah. And if you ever do post something in the chat and it doesn't show up there, now if your name shows up and it's grayed out, that means that it's just being held for one of us to let it go in. If it doesn't show up at all, that's YouTube. That's YouTube has flagged a word in your comment and stricken it. But StreamYard doesn't do that. StreamYard puts everything in the chat here. So if anybody ever has that happen to them, just mention that, hey, my comment blah didn't show up, and I will flash it up on the screen for you, because we don't pull that shit here.
Except for threats, which we keep for ourselves, but we won't bring back to you.
Yeah. And only ooh-ah is allowed to scream at the hosts.
That's right.
Only ooh-ah. Man, I don't, I already talked about meat prices.
I don't know. It's getting hot under this white hood.
I didn't talk about society, the decline of society, but I mean, we could save that for next week, because that's
well, the ones that were redacted, I don't know if NorCal just took back or not, but I didn't remove anybody's comments or block anybody's comments. I didn't kick anybody out because they didn't come in under their right channel name.
Now, holy crap nuggets.
Damn you, Tony Clifton.
Yeah, Sean, that particular word does
it's funny it didn't get blocked there.
It does get flagged by YouTube, but I think maybe YouTube realizes that we don't give a shit on this show. You can pretty much say whatever you want.
Either that or you've said it enough that
they're just tired of blocking
they
you.
Just know that you're gonna.
God damn it! It's this Sean guy again. Jesus. Oh man, now think about it. It's me. Thanks, guys.
I have a few that I haven't used.
That's what we're here for, Earl. We're here to make everybody smile or to blow a freaking gasket. Either way, we've done our job. I have a question. Hope feel less bad. Do you guys have RCs that you haven't used yet? I have a few. That one right there. I have officially driven that car for maybe 30 seconds, because when I bought it, when it got delivered, it was raining. And then it proceeded to rain for several days afterwards. And then you can't see it, but there's some upgrade parts there. Then I started taking it apart to put the upgrade stuff in. Then I got busy with work and I couldn't spend as much time on it. So yeah, that truck has pretty much been sitting for almost a week now, having not really been driven at all.
I got a Vanquish here that I drove once, but yeah, I was out for about 3 hours to take maybe 2 minutes worth of video, and was so fucking fatigued I had to come home and be like, fuck that shit.
Yeah, mostly yeah, most of my RCs I have driven more than once, but yeah, this one and my Phoenix. My Phoenix I've only driven twice, which is tragic because I love that truck.
Dirty tires, that's how little baby RCs happen. You need to keep that shit clean.
I broke every one I own. Tamiya Hornet that I bought half assembled. Oh, actually, I lied. I have two that I haven't driven ever. That is a Tamiya Grasshopper. That's actually not even 100% built. I just bought it to be a static because it was the first RC car that I ever owned, and I actually have some proof.
Only the person taking them off, Earl.
Oh, god damn it. There, that right there, that is the origins of Sticky's Racing right there. That is me and my best friend holding our first RC cars. Grasshopper and a frog. And yes, that is my dad's orange 1976 step-side Chevy pickup truck that we called the Pumpkin. All right, we gotta catch up here. Discriminates against me.
Oh, these guys are just off the rails. I can't believe there's still 12 people watching us now.
Okay, who keeps all the boxes your RCs came in? I do.
I keep the lids. I keep the face or whatever of it.
I actually still have every single box.
I do not keep the whole box.
Dirty tire like dirty box. No one cares. Oh.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I have drove mine about 6 months, but it's the first week in Michigan and we've started to get warmer weather. Yeah, man, Jesse, I feel sorry for everybody in the north. It has been a cold ass freaking winter. Jesus. Yeah, thank you, propaganda. Yeah, that was actually my buddy Steve, who's the other guy in that picture. He sent me that picture. We've been friends since we were 6 and 7 years old.
We did say Pride Month starts tomorrow.
Just in case. Yes. Yeah, I'm super happy about that. I can't wait to see all the rainbows everywhere. Yay, rainbows.
Oh, my neighbors are yelling and screaming out here. I don't know what the hell is going on.
Nice.
I think she found the railroad tie again.
If you do get the chance, by all means, look for the video of the car jumping off of the tow truck ramp on I-85 in southern Georgia. It is phenomenal. And if you don't sing the Dukes of Hazzard tune while you're watching that video, then I feel sorry for you because it will enhance the moment.
Tamiya cancer? What is Tamiya cancer? I'm not entirely sure. Like, you're talking about cancel culture, like where people just bash you because.
Show my phone to add to my calendar. It reminds me on there. Like, really? What the?
What's he?
Your phone reminded you that it's Pride Month tomorrow. Get your rainbow on. I'll say it. Main reason why I haven't used my Tamiya Hornet, I just don't want that Tamiya cancer on my comment section. You guys know.
Brad, are you referring to Brad? Look, everybody knows Brad. Everybody knows that Brad loves Tamiya. You just kind of gotta let Brad be Brad and do Brad.
I have to give props to Brad though. That man has more Tamiya knowledge than anybody outside of Tamiya. And I would be willing to bet that he could probably go toe to toe with people that work for Tamiya as far as knowledge. I remember being on a show with Brad on one of Frank's shows one night where Brad was literally rattling off Tamiya products from like 15 years ago where he could tell you the model number of it. Just crazy. Brad is spying on here. He probably is. Stop spying, Brad. You're gonna
come in under your real name, Brad.
Yeah, you're gonna be in here. You better be in here using Your real name. Or you could come in as Brad Clifton.
Brad Clifton.
We would accept Brad Clifton.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's a whole other monster.
The real Brad Clifton. All right, man, what do you say? I mean, we are 2 hours and 9 minutes into this bad boy, and it feels like...
Look, there's nothing wrong with Brad. There's, as you said, I don't know if he's autistic. I don't have a problem with Brad whatsoever. Brad's just Brad. It's just like I said, you guys come in here and you put up with me being an asshole. You just have, sometimes you just put up with Brad. Like, you just run into him. Either that or block him. Fuck, dude, if he bothers you that bad, Christ.
And I couldn't even block Brad. It's like once every 6 or 7 months go by, and I'll have a comment discussion with Brad. He's great. He'll come in and he'll comment on a video, and then there'll be like 5 or 6 replies of me going back and forth with him.
You know it's tomato, right? And not tomato.
But on that happy note, gentlemen, once again, thank you all for coming in and hanging out and shooting the shit with me and JB, the most aggravating RC guy.
I got a new title.
He is now King Aggravating RC Aggravator Supremo.
I like Aggravator Supremo RC.
Yeah, RC Aggravator Supremo.
Yeah.
But yeah, hey, thank you all for hanging out, and we truly do appreciate everybody coming in here and hanging out and having a good time with us. And by all means, get out there and do your Tony Cliftoning. There's not enough Tony Clifton in YouTube right now.
Either that or grab your RC and go out to the woods and have a good time. Fuck, man.
Yeah, have some fun. Thanks for pissing me off today. Hey, you are welcome, Earl. That's what we're here for. If you can't piss people off, then what's the point of having a live show? Unless you want to share with everyone how far the stick you can get up your butt. I don't know. I hear you, Basher boy.
Yeah, man.
Right. Yeah.
All right.
All right, guys.
It's calling me.
Once again, thank you all. Have a great week. Have a great weekend. Get out there and have some fun with your RCs. And by all means, get out there and do some Tony Cliftoning. It's fun and it's healthy and it makes people get angry and it's fun to watch. So have a good one, guys. We will see you all next week. Awkward moment when we wait for